Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AI Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with another series. And trust me, guys, this series is going to be pretty, you can say, awesome series. As I have read, you can say, fanfic long time ago, but still, it will be similar to that. If I were to be able to find that again, I might put, you can say, the link in the description below. But I don't think that it was completed back then when I read it. But still, I will try to find it. If I were to be, then I might put it in the link, but still it is going to be, you can say, a lot different than that one. So I hope that you guys will like it. And yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to come on, guys, if you guys are new to this channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It will really help me a lot, as I want to reach 10k as quick as possible, and I have already reached, I think, that 8.5k, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, guys, I hope that you guys will support me in this journey of mine just like you have been supporting me. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, let us start our video. So yeah, guys, I will start my video from here on, as Nante's attack still happened, but this time there was only one difference, as Hiruzen Sarutobi was sitting in the council room as people were demanding the death of the new Jinchuriki known by the name of Naruto Uzumaki. As Hiruzen was going through his head, he already knew that Naruto was the son of the 4th Hokage, but Kushina told him that he should be called as Naruto Uzumaki, as he was going through his mind, if there were assassination attempts on little Naruto's life, then what will happen, as if his name were to be revealed as Namikaze. And he was thinking about the consequences in this village. He saw the looks on the clan heads' faces as well as the civilian council. Naruto's life will be hell, and even if he became Hokage once again, he cannot protect him all the time. In the village, there is only one possible way that Naruto can be protected. The chances of the other villages attacking are, though there are, but still pretty low. For example, in the Mist village, there is civil war going on. And on the other hand, the Stone village is still way too weak, even though Konoha has gotten weaker, but still there are many shinobis around, and his personal Ambu still can protect him. And on the next Kumo, they will not dare to attack Konoha, not right now, because they have their other problems such as the Jinchurikis. As he started to go through his head and finally came to the decision that the safest option for Naruto to live a happy life, not a life of abuse as well as negligence, will only be if Naruto's heritage were to be revealed. As Danzo was saying that how he wants Naruto under his command in the root, as many clan heads were agreeing with that, as this pushed Hiruzen even further when Danzo said that he wants it to be voted so that he can get the new Jinchuriki and train him to be a weapon. As Danzo said, well, I demand Naruto to be handed over to me. He is the new Jinchuriki, and in our current situation, we are way too weak to handle other villages, and we need a weapon to protect ourselves against other villages if were to be attacked. I have gained information that how the 8-tailed Jinchuriki was able to control his power, the power of the Biju, and same with the 2-tailed. At the moment, Kumo is way too strong. We have to do something. You have to hand over this kid to me, Hiruzen. I will train him to be a weapon. As Hiruzen said, well, I will not allow it. This kid was a sacrifice, and I will not let the sacrifice of our greatest hero to go in vain. They wanted him to have a normal life, not the life of a weapon. As Hiruzen slammed his hand into the table, you do not understand, Hiruzen? We need a weapon, and he shall become one. As Hiruzen simply shook his head as Danzo smirked and said, well, alright, let's see. Why not put it on a trial, and we can get votes of the clan heads and the civilian council. As Hiruzen looked towards them, as he could already tell they will vote against him, and Naruto will be put in the Ambu Black Op, and he will not, shall not, and will not allow it to happen. As he said, well, before you guys started to vote, I have something to tell you of great importance. As now clan heads were looking towards Hiruzen, as Hiruzen said, well, this is, you can say, a secret I wanted to hold, but because of the current situation, I have to inform you guys all. As civilian council was also there, as he said, it is about the heritage of this kid. As Danzo's eyes widened, he thought that Hiruzen will keep that to himself. No, if he get to reveal that, then he will not be able to get the kid. As Danzo was about to say something, but Hiruzen simply gave him a look. Now the clan heads were a bit curious, as one of them said, who cares who's the parents of that demon? As it was one of the civilian council. As Hiruzen looked towards him, well, I would have get your head cut off for that, but right now you do not know anything, so I will explain it. This kid is the son of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. At this gasp could be heard across all the council room. Even the civilian council was in utter shock as them, the clan head, started to look towards the kid, as it was pretty obvious, blonde hair, blue eyes, as it could only be, as most of the people knew that Minato was in relation with Kushina, so it is pretty possible that Naruto was their heir. As gas could be heard as Danzo gritted his teeth. He wanted that kid under his command, not like as he knew that now it will be difficult. As then Danzo made his posture and said, well, it does not change anything, Hiruzen. Our needs are really important. As Hiruzen smirked at Danzo and said, well, you were saying about the words, so why not choose it now? Do you want to spit on the sacrifice of the fourth Hokage and make his son a mindless weapon for this village? Or are you going to honor his wishes, his sacrifice, everything? He sacrificed his own son because he did not want it other people to put through, or he did not want it other parents to sacrifice for themselves. So what it actually going to be, huh? As all the clan heads looked down ashamed, what were they about to do to the kid as they voted against Danzo, as Danzo was not happy about it. As then Tadokage sighed, alright, forgive me Kushina, but I have to do this to save your child. Perhaps I should say it, Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. As the rumors spread like wildfire across the village, the heir to the, you can say, fourth Hokage, their savior, their hero. As though some people were still against it, but still, after they heard the sacrifice of the fourth Hokage of their own son, as well as his last dying wish, this really put the people at shame who were thinking that they want to kill the child, but now they will give him a life which he deserved. As now, you can say time skip, year passes on. This time Naruto was not hated by the village, but still loneliness was still there. As a matter of fact, even Jiraiya came back after, you can say, the secret was revealed, as he argued with Hiruzen that he should not have revealed the secrets of Naruto. There are some movements in the, you can say, stone village going on. As Hiruzen looked towards Jiraiya and said, well Jiraiya, there was only two options. Either the secret is revealed and we try our best to protect Naruto against other villages, even though we are weak, but still they will not dare to attack us. As well as the stone village who has most grudge against Minato still do not have the power to combat us. So it does not matter, and I will not allow him to become a weapon for the village. Jiraiya. As Jiraiya simply rubbed his head and said, well, that is a tactical, you can say, situation. But still, so what should you do? As Hiruzen smiled, well Naruto-kun is at the age of 5. Why don't you can say, go and meet him and spend some time with him. And I'm pretty sure that you can take a small break from your spy network. As Jiraiya sighed, well, I've already distracted other villages from Naruto, so I think that I can take a small break now. And it will be great to see my godson, as he smiled at Hiruzen. As Hiruzen simply nodded as he gave him, as Jiraiya went off to meet with Naruto. Well, I don't want to cover it now. Let us have a time skip of the 12 years of 13 years Naruto. As Naruto was in the academy, as Ruka arrived with a huge smile on his face and said, well class, it is the final day and I'm pretty, you can say, proud of each and every one of you. In this time Naruto was hailed as a hero across the village, as his, you can say, popularity was beyond anything. Well guys, I'm mainly doing this series because many of the people ask me if I ever will do any series in which Naruto will not be hated by the village or his family. So I thought that it would be great that if I give you guys this series. But it is going to be a really amazing series because Naruto is going to conquer all the 5 great nations and war and different type of things. If you like that type of series, then you guys should definitely watch this one. So as I was saying, as Ruka smiled at every one of them and said, alright, let's begin. And now time skip as everyone passes Sasuke Uchiha was the rival with Naruto Namikaze, as Naruto was took the name of his father as well as his mother, but mainly known as the Naruto Namikaze across all the village. Even he has his own fangirl club like Hinata Hyuga, Ino Yamanaka, but Sakura is still, you can say, Sasuke's fangirl, loyal fangirl. Yeah, that is that. As but still she is not, you can say, as loudmouth as well. While on the other hand, Naruto is the prodigy among prodigies, as he was hale just like his father, so he started to push himself even further to meet with the expectations. But it all changed when a certain incident happened, when he awoken one of his legendary Kekkei known to be the mother to all Kekkei, known by the name of the rinnegan. As yes, Naruto in this series possessed the rinnegan as third Hokage, as all the council was in utter awe when Naruto awoken that rinnegan. They did not knew how it was possible, but still they were amazed. Even Jiraiya was amazed, remembering Nagato, who had the rinnegan, who was also an Uzumaki. So Jiraiya started to wonder if it is the trait of the Uzumakis, but still he shook his head and said, "Well, Naruto, that is great," and that was past. Now, as Naruto power fire, you can say, skyrocketed. And now let us go to, you can say, team placement, as the team is still going to be Sasuke, Naruto, as well as Sakura, as Sakura was still looking towards Sasuke-kun, but still giving, you can say, she has some respect for Naruto. After all, Naruto always beat Sasuke and in a fight, though she did not like it, but still she has some respect for Naruto because she's not a baka and not asking her for a date. While on the other hand, Naruto was a calm, collective guy, though he did not like to talk that much because all the expectations put on him. After all, he was the son of their greatest hero, so it was to be expected. As this really changed Naruto's demeanor, he started to look towards the world and all, and even Jiraiya explained, and after several assassination attempts on Naruto from even Kumo as well as Stone Village, Naruto got hardened and started to see the reality of this world, how this world actually works, and whoever shall have power will be targeted by other people. This really changed the mindset of the little kid of 5 years or 6 years old, who was almost at the edge of assassination but awoken his rinnegan and obliterated those assassins who were about to kill him off with the Shinra Tensei. As now let us go to, time skip over, as Naruto along with Team 7 was sitting after 3 years of waiting. Finally, Kakashi speak up. Well, this is my team. Well, my first expression of this team, you're all boring. As after saying that, meet me on the rooftop, as he sent away, as Sasuke brooded and went out, as well as Sakura started to follow him, while on the other hand, Naruto simply, you can say, also started to walk towards. No need to, you can say, show off at the moment, that is. As Kakashi arrived on the rooftop, as he said, well, I have a team of Sasuke Uchiha, Lost Uchiha, my sensei's son, Naruto Namikaze, hail as a hero, as well as the possessor of the legendary rinnegan. I heard so much about it. Let's see how much power he actually possesses, as well as the fangirl, but still, she has good chakra control, so she might become a good medic. As he simply shook his head as all of his Ganyans finally arrived, as he smiled at all of them. Well, so you guys are my team, so why not introduce yourself? As Sakura speak up, well sensei, why don't you start? As Kakashi simply nodded. Well, my name is Kakashi Hatake. My likes, well, that is none of your business. My dislikes, well, that is also none of your business. My hobbies, I have a lot of those. As for my dream, never thought about it. As Sasuke, as well as Sakura stood up, as Sakura still did the same thing as well as Sasuke, and then he looked towards Naruto. What about you, Naruto? As Naruto looked towards Kakashi, as he said, well, my likes are, I guess, ramen, as well as training and learning new jutsus. As for my dislikes, I have several of those. As for my goal, you will know it in time. As Kakashi raised an eyebrow at that, pretty intrigued about this whole situation, as he said, alright team, meet me tomorrow in the training ground 7. You guys will have the training, you can say, test, Genin test. After explaining the test, as Kakashi simply went off. Now let us cut back to Naruto, as Naruto was going through some files and all, as he said, so the plan is already ready. It's about time for a new era to begin. As Naruto smirked after saying that. Now let us cut back to, you can say, the next day. Team 7 still arrived. This time Kakashi arrived, as he looked around to see Sasuke as well as Sakura were there, still pretty hungry. As Sakura screamed, "You're late!" As Kakashi simply rubbed the back of his head and said, well, I lost on the, you could say, the road of life. as both of them sweat drop as Kakashi looked around. So where's Naruto? As after saying that, I'm here. As Kakashi's eyes watered as he quickly moved around to see from the shadow of a tree. Naruto was simply walking towards him. As Kakashi thought to himself, I did not even sense him. But how? How is that even possible? As he simply shook his head and said, so you're already here, Naruto. So let us start this test of ours. As he looked to Naruto, as for Sasuke and Sakura, both of them were a bit exhausted. As he looked towards Naruto, you did eat, didn't you? As Naruto simply shrugged. Well, what kind of shinobi I would be if I do not eat before a mission? As Kakashi smiled at that, while on the other hand Sasuke as well as Sakura sweat dropped as at their own stupidity. After saying that, Kakashi said, alright, the test is pretty simple. All you have to do is take this bell from me. As after saying that, he showed them the two bells as Sakura said, but Kakashi sensei, there are only two bells. As Kakashi said, well, that's your problem. Whoever will not be able to get the bell is going back to the academy. As Sakura, you can say, started to sweat, knowing that she's the weakest of the team at the moment. Even though she do not like Naruto that much, but still, he's Naruto Namikaze as the hero of the village. Everyone knows about it, that he's the son of the fourth Hokage, and respected him a lot. As Sakura started to look between both of them, wondering if she's actually going to fail. As Kakashi said, alright, on the set of 3, 3, 2, 1, go. As both Sasuke as well as Sakura rushed to the forest. As Kakashi said, so they're well hidden, huh? At least they know how to hide. As then he looked towards Naruto, who was simply looking towards it with a bored expression on his face. As Kakashi said, Naruto Namikaze. You think that you can take the bells on your own, huh, Naruto? As Naruto simply looked towards Kakashi, as he simply shook his head. Well, I know the purpose of this test. As Kakashi's eyes widened. And what will actually that be, Naruto? As Naruto said, well, it's pretty simple. Even a blind person can easily see it is a test of the teamwork. As Kakashi's eyes widened for a moment. So you already know about it. Well, that is pretty genius. Well, to be expected from the son of fourth Hokage. As Naruto's eyes twitched a little, he did not like when people always call him the son of fourth Hokage. It is like he was always in the shadow of his father. As he simply shook his head as he said, well, Kakashi, after today, you will not know me as the name of, you can say, as the son of fourth Hokage, but something far greater than even he was. As Kakashi said, well, I do know that you have the legendary rinnegan, Naruto. I know that you are strong, but you honestly believe that you can take me on, even with the rinnegan. I do not think that you have full mastery over it. As Naruto simply shook his head. You assume too much, Kakashi. Now, let this battle get over with. As after saying that, Naruto blurred through hand sign as Kakashi's eyes widened as he quickly jumped away as Naruto released several, you can say, small fireballs towards Kakashi as Kakashi moved away, putting away his book as he quickly go to hand sign. A style mud wall as a mud wall appeared, blasting, you can say it was simply broken away as Kakashi's eyes widened as Naruto was also going through once again hand sign and said water style, water dragon as a water dragon rose up as Kakashi's eyes widened as he said damn it as he quickly go through hand style, fire style, get fireball jutsu as both of these attacks met, but Kakashi was trying to put more chakra into it, thinking that this water dragon is not at the level of a Jonin, but he was greatly underestimating Naruto as his eyes widened as the fireball was not able to keep up with Water Dragon as Water Dragon slammed into Kakashi, sending him flying, but he was able to keep his distance. But then Naruto was already going through hand sign and said lightning style, lightning bolts as several lightning bolts rushed towards Kakashi as Kakashi said damn it, 3 elements, but how? As he was now dodging the attacks, he simply put out his Sharingan as he released, you can say, another of his own attack, cancelling out the attack as Naruto simply shook his head. This is going nowhere as he simply activated his rinnegan as Kakashi said, so that's the legendary rinnegan, huh? While on the other hand, in the, you can say, tree, Sasuke was looking towards Naruto's eyes, wondering what type of eyes are those, wondering if that is rinnegan or if that is a dojutsu, not knowing about the rinnegan. Only the adults and more people, because Sasuke is, you can say, avenger, he did not care about much thing, so he do not know about the power as well as the legend of the rinnegan. As Naruto said, it's over Kakashi, give up. As Kakashi said, just because you have activated your rinnegan, Naruto, you think that you can take me on, huh? As Naruto simply shook his head as he pointed a hand towards Kakashi. Shinra Tensei, as I always like to say that, as Kakashi's eyes widened as a force was slammed into Kakashi, sending him flying through the forest. As everyone's eyes widened, Sasuke, Sakura, Yes, a pathway was formed as Kakashi was slammed into a tree. Now he was bleeding as he said, damn it, what type of abilities are those? As then Naruto said, Chibaku Tensei. As then Kakashi was pulled towards Naruto. As Naruto, you can say, before he could make any contact, Kakashi quickly substituted as quick as possible. As he was now huffing and puffing as Naruto simply pointed a hand towards Kakashi and then Bell simply pulled towards Naruto as Kakashi tried to grab them, but Naruto grabbed them first. As Kakashi was now huffing and puffing pretty badly, that first attack, Shinra Tensei, he was pretty, you can say, wondering what type of ability that was. That force really pushed him through the forest, literally. And he was not able to substitute in time whatsoever. And it was like his chakra was momentarily cut off. As when Naruto got the bell, both Sasuke as well as Sakura came out of. Sakura a bit disappointed, Sasuke angry because he was not able to get his hands on Kakashi, but still amazed, jealous, angry. At the same time, as Naruto was able to take down a Jonin nonetheless, there was hardly a scratch on Naruto's body, while on the other hand, Kakashi was huffing and puffing pretty badly, as if he was met with a, you can say, roller coaster. As Sasuke simply shook his head, now wondering what is going to happen as Naruto looked towards Kakashi. So, do I pass, huh, Sensei? As before Kakashi could say anything, as Naruto threw the bell towards Sasuke as well as Sakura. Maybe that should consider as a teamwork because I'm sharing my fair share of work towards them. As Kakashi smiled at Naruto, still wondering through the fight and all, he was, you can say, really caught off guard at that. As Naruto performed 3 elements nonetheless, wondering what is actually going on here. As he simply shook his head. Well, Naruto, that was pretty amazing if I must say. Though, it is over I think. As he looked towards them. So, hereby I announce this team to be Team 7 with a thumbs up as everyone was happy. As Kakashi still gave them, you can say, those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. Those type of speech and all. As Naruto said, great. Now, I'll be leaving. As Kakashi looked towards Naruto. Where are you going, Naruto? As Naruto said, Hokage office because I'm going to activate Article 13B. As this confuses, you can say, Sasuke as well as Sakura, while on the other hand, Kakashi was in utter shock as he said, what, Naruto? Are you out of your mind or something? As Kakashi was clearly angry from the tone of his voice as Sasuke as well as Sakura were confused about it. As Kakashi said, stop it right there, Naruto. I'm your commander and I'm demanding you to stay there. As Naruto was still walking away. As Naruto looked stopped for a moment as Sasuke said, hey Kakashi sensei, what is this Article 13B? As Kakashi simply shook his head, clearly angry about this whole situation as he said, Article 13B was created by first and second Hokage. It demands that if a shinobi of the village under this article can challenge the Hokage for the title of the Hokage. This utterly shocked both Sasuke as well as Sakura. Even Kakashi could not believe it. As he said, but it is not that. If the person who's challenging Hokage were to lose, he's going to be, you can say, get banished or going to get killed for a like of treason against the Hokage because it is challenging the position of the Hokage itself, as which is considered under treason. As this utterly shocked both Sasuke as well as Sakura, but Naruto started to walk away once again. As Kakashi said, Naruto, I'm telling you, do not make this foolish mistake you're going to do. You are strong, I know that. With training, you can even become Hokage in time. Do not push it, Naruto. As Naruto simply shook his head. Well, Kakashi, I literally cannot wait because I have a lot to achieve in my short life. And I believe that I can take on Hokage. So, I believe in Kakashi. After saying that, he vanished in a yellow flash before Kakashi could say anything. As Kakashi simply shook his head, wondering what is actually going to happen. He knows that Hiruzen has gotten old, but still, Hiruzen was known to be as strong as shinobi in Konoha for a reason. He mastered all the jutsu that are in Konoha. As Sakura looked towards Kakashi. Kakashi sensei, is that really that bad? As Kakashi simply nodded at that. He said, well, even though I am an elite shinobi and even with my Sharingan, I presume, Sasuke, you want to know how I get the Sharingan, but that is not the point. It was given to me by a friend in his last dying breath because he wanted to make up as for all the mistakes of his life, but still, he gave me his Sharingan so that I can continue his legacy. That is beside the point. If Naruto were to lose this battle, he's going to lose his life and the opportunity to ever become a shinobi of this village and might even get banished. As both of them were really confused about it and shocked. Sasuke was wondering if the Naruto is really that overconfident. He is arrogant, he knows that. As Sasuke is arrogant and he knows himself, but still challenging Hokage. He's not ready. Even he and Uchiha cannot do it at the moment. And especially not without his Sharingan. But still, what are those eyes he was wanting? Those eyes just simply radiating power when he looked towards them. Now let us cut back to Naruto. As Naruto arrived in the Hokage office, as he looked towards security, as security smiled at Naruto. Well, Lord Namikaze, how can I help you? As Naruto said, well, is Lord Hokage is in the office. As security simply shook her head. Well, Lord Hokage is in the council meeting room and they're discussing about some matter. I don't know about it, but that is their way. As Naruto simply nodded at that and thanks her. And after saying that, he simply went off. Now, let us cut back to, you can say, meeting which was going on about Hiruzen and all those type of things, as Hiruzen was really tired about this meeting and all, wondering if he will ever get rid of all those paperwork and stupid meeting of the council, wondering why did second Hokage even made the council to begin with. He must be specially drunk when he made this law, as he simply shook his head. But before he could say anything, the door was slammed open, as this confuses people, and then Naruto stepped inside of the room. This confuses several clan heads, but civilian council was really happy after saying they, you can say, the son of the fourth Hokage. As then one of the, you can say, civilian council stood up. Well, Lord Namikaze, may I ask, what are you doing here? Do you want something? As Naruto simply shook his head as he looked towards council and said, well, that is great if you guys are already here, because I am here for a specific person. This got intrigued many civilian as well as shinobi council member. As Hiruzen looked towards Naruto, well, Naruto, how can I help you? As Naruto looked towards Hiruzen, as he said, well, as a shinobi, I'm here to tell you that I have passed the test of Kakashi. This surprises most of the people, but they were expecting that. After all, this is a genius child of the fourth Hokage. As Hiruzen raised an eyebrow at that, as he said, well, congratulations Naruto, but are you here to just tell me that? As Naruto simply shook his head, well, I'm here for a specific reason. As a shinobi of this village, I'm activating the Article 39, Article 13b, as most civilian council was surprised as because they didn't know about what is in the article. Well, on the other hand, gasp could be heard across all the shinobi council. Even Hokage was in utter shock. Danzo raised an eyebrow at that. Even the, you can say, elders were pretty surprised and shocked. As then Hiruzen said, Naruto, with a serious voice, do you even know what is in that article? As Naruto said, well, I'm well aware, Hokage, what is written in that article. As a shinobi of this village, I challenge you for the title of the Hokage. As the civilian side were in utter shock. They never expected in a million years that Naruto would challenge Hokage for the title of Hokage, though he had the potential as well as the legendary rinnegan itself to achieve the title in time, but challenging Hokage for the title only at the age of 13, that is he out of his mind or something? As Hiruzen, you can say, narrow his gaze towards Naruto. Naruto, you may know about it, but still, do you know the other side of this article? If you were to lose, you will be banished from Konoha as well as lose the right to ever become a shinobi of this village. As Naruto said, well, I'm well aware of this article, Hokage, and as a shinobi of this village, it is my right to challenge you. As one of the elders stood up, boy, you're only 13 years old and you expect us to believe that you have the power to challenge Hokage and to get the seat of the Hokage? You're not ready yet, brat. And this was one of the elders. As Naruto looked towards her for some time as he activated his rinnegan, as an aura of power was surrounding Naruto, showing his dominance over all of them. As this god shivered through civilian council as well as even shinobi council could feel the power radiating from Naruto. As Naruto said, well, if my memory serves me right, Itachi Uchiha at the age of 13 was strong enough to massacre his own clan, and he has eyes far less powerful than my own. I believe that I'm ready for the title as well as, and hereby I challenge you, Hokage. Tomorrow, either you fight me or it will be considered that you are forfeiting your position to me. Either way, I have challenged you under the laws of Konoha, and as a Hokage, you cannot put blind eye to it. As Hiruzen sighed at that, knowing that these were the laws created by first and second Hokage himself, so that they can appease, you can say, other Konoha clans which were taking part in Konoha and wondering if they are ever going to get the power. So both of them made this law so that it can appease most of the people there. As Hiruzen nodded at that. After saying that, Naruto simply vanished in a yellow flash as Hiruzen eyes widened for a moment, knowing about the Hirotion. As even Danzo was pretty intrigued about this whole situation, as he said, Hiruzen, you cannot challenge him. You already know that, as he is not strong enough to fight you at the moment. He's just getting way too much arrogant. I told you that all of these things will make him arrogant. As Hiruzen simply shook his head. Well, Danzo, I know that that could be a show of arrogance at his point, but still, I believe that he's holding back a lot, and I believe that this battle is going to be a bit tough one, especially because of his rinnegan. As Hiruzen, Danzo was not happy about it, but still intrigued at the same time. Why this kid was doing all of this, and what will happen in the future? As he simply shook his head as he said, are you sure about it, Hiruzen? Even if he loses, I do not want you to kill him or lose his title as a genin. Because you know that he's the asset to the village. While on the other hand, civilian council were murmuring among each other if Naruto Sama has become strong enough to challenge Hokage for the title. But still they were a bit happy. If Naruto were to, you can say, win this battle, then definitely he's going to become Hokage and their ruler. And then after all, they want the son of the hero to become their next leader. But still it was a bit too early. But still, they want to see what will happen in time. While in the civilian councils, you can say only few of the people were truly on the side of Naruto, while most of them were just thinking about that how they can use the young child to their own advantage, and you can say giving him several things and all so that in the future he can help them, you know, the greedy stuff and all. Only few are one or two people who are truly on the side of Naruto in the civilian council, others are just greedy and all, those type of things. And now Hiruzen simply shook his head, wondering what is going on here. And now the news spread like wildfire across the village, especially in the shinobi side. As now we cut back to this side. In a bar at the night time, all the Jonins were gathered as Guy, Asuma, Kuronai, Anko, and Kakashi, as Asuma and all the Jonin were there discussing among themselves as Anko speak up. Hey, did you heard the news? The Kakashi, your new Gaki, has challenged Hokage for the title of Hokage. Huh, well, I wonder what will actually happen to your Gaki, Kakashi. And Kakashi simply shook his head. Do not underestimate Naruto. I believe he was able to take the belt from me, and trust me, he had more than enough power to push me to my limit. And I barely even scratched him. Now, as a matter of fact, I did not even touch him a single time in the whole battle. His rinnegan as well as his mastery over elements is something else. As Asuma said, oh really now, Kakashi? How much elements does he have? As Kakashi simply shook his head. Well, he showed 3 elements to me, but if the rumors, what I have heard, are true, and investigation I have done, it is said that those who possess the rinnegan has a mastery over all 5 elements. As this shook all the Jonis there are only one person in the whole village who have 5 elements, and that is none other than Hokage. As Asuma greeted, he stated, well, the brat may be powerful, but I do not think that he's strong enough to take on my father. As Kakashi simply shook his head, well, I'm not underestimating Lord Hokage, Asuma. Trust me on that. I know his power. I've seen his power, and he's really on a league of his own. But all I'm saying that this battle is not going to be as easy as most people are actually thinking. As Kuronai said, well, we shall see about it tomorrow, Kakashi. After all, you know the article, Kakashi, don't you? If he were to lose, then he will lose the right to become a genin for this village, and he might even get banished or killed off. As then you can say, guys speak up. Well, I do not think that Lord Hokage will banish him or kill him off. As for losing the title, I highly doubt it. This surprises most of the people because there are really, you can say, few moments in which Guy show his thinking side. As they said, well, think about it. He has so much power under his command. Do you honestly believe that village will let go of it that easily? He will not. On his side, there are no losses, and who knows, even Lord Hokage might go a bit easy on him, think that he is a kid and he might lose. As Kakashi simply nodded at that. Good point, Guy. On the side of Naruto, there are no losses, while on the other side, if Lord Hokage were to underestimate him, I give you guarantee now, this battle is going to change really drastically. As all of them simply shook their head and wondering what will happen tomorrow. Now let us cut back to Sasuke. As Sasuke was in his, you can say, apartment, wondering about what actually happened today. As Naruto, he was not, you can say, a blind person. He saw Naruto using those true affinities. That is not even possible. He heard Yes, he didn't knew how did Naruto learn all of those jutsus, who was teaching him. These were the questions running through his mind, wondering. And if Naruto is thinking that he's strong enough to challenge Hokage, in all of these years, Sasuke looked towards Naruto as a challenge to his ego as well as to his pride as an Uchiha. Naruto was loved more than him, even though he was, you can say, the last Uchiha. But Naruto was still, you can say, the son of fourth Hokage, and Sasuke secretly really hated all the attention Naruto got from all of those people. Even though outwardly Sasuke shows that how he do not like the attention, do not like the, you can say, light spot, but in reality Sasuke always loved it, and he always hated Naruto for getting the attention, all of those people, all of those girls. Even though Sasuke never paid them any mind, but still he loved the attention of those people. This made him show that how he's an Uchiha, he is an elite, and but he really hated Naruto deep down, but he never showed it to anyone. Today, tomorrow, he will see the challenge in his own eyes and see that how strong Naruto actually is. Though inwardly he was wishing that Naruto will lose to Hokage. After all, Hokage is no joke, and he will be kicked out of the, you can say, shinobi system, and that will show the other people how great Sasuke actually is, and Naruto is nothing, as he is smart after thinking that inwardly. Now, let us cut back to Naruto's POV, as Naruto was in his apartment, as in this time several, you can say, people who Naruto knows as well as friends with, like Ishiraku Ramen guy and some Ambus and all, ask Naruto to, you can say, back off from the challenge because they do not want Naruto to get hurt by the hands of Hokage. After all, Naruto has all of these attention and respect from the villagers, and that will surely affect it. But still, Naruto did not care either of their opinion, as he told them that don't worry about it, he is going to win. As they simply shook their head and went off after all of their tries. As now let us cut back to Hiruzen office as Ambu landed beside it as he removed his mask, revealing it to be Yujiro, the one who was protecting Naruto all of these years, as Hokage said. So Yujiro, did it work? As Yujiro simply shook her head and said, well, so did our Hokage. It seemed that Naruto is as stubborn as ever. He has told me that how he's going to win this battle no matter what, and he's going to achieve the position of Hokage tomorrow, and there is no way that he's going to back off from this. As Hiruzen sighed at that, as he simply, you can say, rubbed his temple, wondering what will actually happen tomorrow. He clearly remembers the day when Minato as well as Kushina dies, and he promised to protect Naruto, and what will happen if this article does to, you can say, push even further, as if Naruto were to lose, and that chances are pretty high. If Hiruzen does not go easy on him, then definitely, thus you can say, circumstances will definitely affect the world, as well as especially Konoha, wondering if the son of his successor is destined to die by his own hand, as he simply shook his head at that, as he looked towards the photo of Minato. What will you do? What would have you done, Minato? I wonder, what would you have done? As he simply shook his head. Now let us get back to Naruto, as Naruto was in his apartment, as he simply closes his eyes, as he opened them back to reveal the mountainside, the sun, as well as the moon was rising into the sky, as well as sun was going down, as the nighttime awoke, as the, you can say, cool breeze was going through in the mountainside. Under a large tree, a nine-tailed fox was residing, as Naruto said, sleepy as ever, huh, Kurama-sensei? As Kurama opened his eyes, well, brat, it seems that you have finally decided to pay me some attention, huh? I was not expecting you to challenge the old monkey so soon. As Naruto simply shook his head, well, I believe that I'm more than strong enough to handle him now. As Kurama simply shook his head, though Naruto, you're strong, but you do know that you have one weakness, and you have to work a lot. Even all of these years of training, you are nowhere near to the level of that art. As Naruto simply nodded at that, yeah, I know that, Kurama-sensei, and don't worry, after this challenge, I will work on it. As Kurama said, well, be careful, brat. If the old monkey, though he's old, is still pretty powerful, especially his summon. It hurt like hell. As he remembered when Hiruzen pushed him outside of the village thanks to his using his staff of the monkey, as he simply shook his head. So Naruto, are you ready? As Naruto simply nodded at that, as Kurama said, well, don't worry about it. Though I'm not going to aid you that much in the battle, according to your own request, though it seems to me foolish as well as arrogance at the same time. As Naruto simply shook his head, well, I want to beat him with my own power. All you can help me is healing ability as well as my chakra reserves are already plenty enough. But thanks to you being here, even if you do not want to, my chakra reserves are still going to be filled with your chakra, right? As Kurama said, well, even if I were to try, I cannot cut the connection. The seal is made like that. Even though I look to be free, but look here, as she showed, you can say, a small tag was on body of Kurama and it was written seal, as I still cannot do anything here. As Naruto simply nodded at that, well, I'm grateful for those abilities. Those will definitely help me. After all, I am fighting an S-rank shinobi tomorrow. As Hiruzen simply, as Kurama simply nodded at that. And what will actually do, Naruto, after you win the battle? As Naruto simply looked towards Kurama, you already told me the life as well as the secrets, the reality of this world. I'm going to change this world to much better place under one banner, under one rule, and that is me. I'm not going to become Hokage, no. I'm going to become the emperor of this world. As Kurama simply chuckled, well, it sounds great, but still, do you honestly believe that you have more than enough power, huh, Brett? Do not forget that even though you're strong, but the mighty, even the mightiest fall to a kunai. It's not to smile at that. Well, don't worry, Kurama. I have great friends like you, Kurama-sensei. As Kurama chuckled at that, well, just hope that I do not eat you after all of this is over. As Naruto simply chuckled at that, well, we shall see about it, Kurama-sensei. As after saying that, he faded away. Tomorrow, it will decide everything. As Naruto looked into the sky towards the shining moon. Okay guys, here I will have this part. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and for the next part you guys already know the like goal, which is going to be 250 likes and 180 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as quick as possible. So yeah guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, peace and subscribe, and please guys subscribe. It will really help me a lot. So yeah, peace.